Hi guys, I'm Liz with VuduMoto, and this is the culture behind the helmet. Today I'm here with Drea, and Drea is a founder of Mascara Motorcycles.
Yes, ma'am.
So she is gonna tell us today about herself and the reason behind her, I want to say, passion for riding. So, okay, Drea. So let's talk about what got you into riding.
I didn't start riding until I was 39.
Wow. You look young for 39.
Well, I'll be 44 this year, so.
Well, you look good for 44.
Thank you, thank you. I met my husband.
Okay.
And we were dating, and he rode motorcycles, which was, you know, we girls love our bad boys, right?
So we do have that in common. So it's the same history here.
Yeah.
So, okay.
He saw the way that I was driving, and I come from South Florida, so
Okay.
West Palm.
Yes.
And down there you have to be a defensive driver.
Of course. Anywhere in Florida, right?
Anywhere in Florida, yeah. So he saw the way that I was driving, and he's like, "You should be on a motorcycle."
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "I don't know how to shift," you know, like I don't know anything about that. So he's like, "No worries." He got me a little Grom, 125cc.
Okay.
And he took me out to a field. So it wasn't even concrete. He was just that
Where'd
nervous.
you go?
Just a random field. So I learned how to ride on grass.
Okay. Okay. That's a first.
Yeah.
That's a first.
The first time ever, had never been able to shift or anything. I got to third gear, which
Really?
was very impressive. I mean, I even have a video of me riding by him going, "I'm in third gear." So it was just so exciting. And
Yes.
And just the more I did it, the more I learned, the more I wanted to learn even more. So
Okay.
it just opened me up to a whole new world and community that I didn't even know existed.
Yes. Yes, that is true. So one thing that I hold dear to myself, and the reason why I ride and what it does for me, when you're on the bike, when you're riding, what do you truly like feel? What does it do for you mentally, not just, physically?
Mentally, it's a way of kind of leaving my day-to-day, the same routine all the time. I can just kind of escape into my world.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you have to pay attention, and you have to shift, and you have to make sure that nobody's like coming in front of you or
Yes.
trying to, kill you.
Yeah.
But I kind of take myself out of the role of being a paralegal, being a mother,
Yeah.
being a wife, being a friend. It's just me.
Yeah.
In that moment, it's just me, the bike, the road. Sometimes I don't even ride with my music.
Just silence.
Just silence, because
Yeah,
I want
I
to
get
hear my engine. I want to feel, everything on the road.
You want to connect with it.
I want to connect with it. I want
Yeah.
to be connected with it.
So you started on a Grom, on grass.
On grass.
So talk to me about everybody has a first love.
Yes.
We all know that. What was your first love, like your first motorcycle that you actually, other than the Grom?
Which I still have. So that's a funny story. My husband brought home an FZ07.
Okay.
And he tells me, "Get on it and let's just take a little ride just so that you can feel how the motorcycle is."
Uh-huh.
We got to our first street light, and I turned over to him and I said, "You messed up, because now this motorcycle is mine." And then sure enough, he gave it to me. So I loved that bike.
Okay.
I felt one with it. I felt connected from the minute that I sat on it. And I don't know how many bikes that you've sat on, but some, they're
some
pretty.
you just don't. You're
Yeah.
like, it doesn't fit me right.
No, not at all.
Yes.
Like, they're pretty, and I
Uh-huh.
want one. But then you sit on it and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
like, no, it's just not for me. It's not ergonomic. It's
Yes.
not, anything, or I'm too tall, or.
Yes.
But that
Yes.
one was perfect. So and then
Okay.
I put touches of blue on it, and
Nice.
I made it my
Personalized
own.
it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, I just absolutely fell in love with it. But I crashed it.
Okay. You crashed the very first love.
I crashed my very first love. So I was on a group ride, and it just so happens that it was my birthday weekend.
No way.
Oh no, I got a story for everything, girlfriend. We were in the rhythm, you know,
Okay.
and it was left, right, and then another left that kind of
Sharper turn.
it was a little
Yes.
bit sharper. And me, I was still like a newer rider back
Yes.
then.
Yes.
So I just didn't understand the whole concept of push, downshift.
Yes.
You know, position your body to get into that corner. Like all of that was still foreign for me.
Yes.
You know. So yeah, I took the left-hand turn way too hot. I think I was like in 4th gear. It should have been like 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah.
But I hit, I think I don't know if I high-sided or something, but my bike went this way and I went this way.
Well, that's actually a good thing because you didn't.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
The bike was fine. However, I had the collarbone and the scapula, and I had 6 ribs in the back, and I still have pain with it and everything like that. But I didn't want that to stop me.
Yes.
Because before that, we were having fun. I was with my friends. I was with my husband and his friends on that group ride. So, you know, I just didn't want it to stop me. But I did struggle with the mental part of getting back on the bike.
Yes.
The physical part is one thing, and again, I'm still dealing with it. But the mental part is something that a lot of people don't talk about.
Were you feared to get back on a bike, or were you more like, when am I going to get on the bike? What was the challenge for you?
The fear was going around in a corner again.
Yes.
So, and I tried my very best. I mean, I did everything that I possibly could think of, me personally, until my friend Yomari,
Yeah.
her and I were starting like Groms, like riding Groms again.
Okay.
And she met some guy who was a coach, and
Nice.
he got us on a little 50. And when I'm telling you that we look ridiculous, I mean, we were literally on the 50 with our legs like this, you know, but it helped us because I was able to fall. It was controlled. So I got back up and I dragged my knee. So like all of the
You
fear.
learn how to handle the
Yes.
bike differently.
Exactly. So just being able to put that knee down and go
Yes.
around a cone, for me, I was like, I felt like a badass, you know? So all that fear that I had
Yes.
before, it almost dissipated.
Lifted.
Yeah,
Yes.
like quick.
That's good.
And then I upgraded to an S1000,
Okay. Okay.
which was a huge jump.
Yes.
But I felt comfortable with it.
When you say S1000, what is it? A Yamaha?
Oh, BMW.
BMW. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But I do have a question about your accident, and I do know that you ride with gear.
Yes.
So, what is that the case? You had your gear on, your jacket, your helmet.
Oh, I had, yeah, and I'm glad I did because it could have been a lot worse. I always ride with my helmet, gloves, riding boots.
Yes.
Now these are actual riding leggings.
Pants. Yes. Nice. Nice.
So they're Kevlar.
Yeah, I have a pair of leather ones.
Yeah.
So they were a little bit tighter to put on, but I think they're gonna fit.
Yeah. If I'm not wearing these, then I'm wearing a regular pair of jeans.
Yes.
But I have my shin guards
Yes.
just because of the second accident. We'll get to that. But the second accident, so now I just I want to make sure that my leg is protected. So the
Yes.
shin guards.
Yes.
Always have a jacket. In Florida, it's hot.
Yeah, of course it's hot. It gets steaming hot.
It gets brutally hot.
Yes.
But for me, I just have to remind myself from that first accident. If I hadn't been wearing my gear, it could have gone a lot worse.
Because you do have, and I know this, you do have a plate in your collarbone.
Yes.
So you also have a plate in your ribs,
I have 4 plated ribs.
4 plated ribs.
Yep.
So it was your mistake with
was my
taking the
mistake.
corner too hot.
Right.
But it caused all these injuries. But here you are riding again.
But it taught me a valuable lesson.
Yes.
So now I'm more vigilant of my body position going into a corner. I'm more vigilant. Okay, I'm in 4th gear. Do I need to be in 4th gear? Is it going to
Yeah.
tighten up on me? So let's downshift a little bit. Let's position ourselves. Let's look into the corner and look where I'm going. So all of that was a lesson. It sucked,
Yeah, of course.
and I'm still, dealing with the pain, but it taught me that lesson that I needed to learn. Unfortunately, the wrong way.
Just going from a personal experience and my stuff that I'm going currently with because of the accident, you know, the mental part, I think for me is something that we are not really open about it, to talk about it.
Right.
And how it struggles on, you know, the physical therapy, for example.
Yep.
I mean, you probably went through a lot harder physical therapy than I ever did. And that also has an impact on you as a person.
Yeah.
You know, not just the writing part, but I also think your everyday thing, like your paralegal, you know, your work, your, you know, and probably your self-esteem as well.
Yes.
You know, going through this and not being able to do things that you normally do.
Right.
Must have been devastating.
Because we're supposed to be tough, right?
Yes.
We're not supposed to, you know, be in pain, or we're not supposed to show pain. We're human. We're gonna fall, we're gonna get hurt, but you know, it's how you deal with that is what you should focus on. Not how, you know, somebody walking down the street is going to look at you because you're just a little bit more timid going into that corner because you're thinking about that other accident, you know. And this is what I tell my girls: ride your ride.
Yes.
If you're comfortable going the speed limit or below, then that's where your comfort zone is.
Yes.
Just ride your ride all the time. You'll catch up. If they're good friends, they'll wait for you at the stop sign.
So your S1000, your BMW. So how was that bike? And I do have another question for you, which I forgot to mention. Do you name your bikes?
Some of them.
Some of them. I'm guilty of it, so you know.
The FZ07, I call them blue balls. And I literally had fuzzy blue balls on the back.
That is funny.
And I still have the fuzzy blue balls. The S1000 was Rocket.
Okay. Well, I mean, it fits the name.
My husband said, it feels like a Bavarian rocket ship. And then I'm like, Rocket. That's it. That's the name. My new one, though, I haven't.
You haven't given it a name
No,
yet?
because I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
Okay.
You know, it's shown me its personality, so I don't know if maybe we're just both.
Okay.
You know, taking strengths from both the male energy and a lot of the female energy. So I haven't named them yet. No.
Okay, my rides, they've all been girls. I don't know why. Just, you know, it's fitted to them. I think it would be a little bit weird to name it a boy name.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like the bike I ride now, the V2, I name it Voodoo Girl.
Oh, I love that.
You know, because she's black, mysterious, and then just the whole front. And I said, you know, Voodoo is so fitting, so Voodoo Girl. So that's where the name VuduMoto comes from. So
I have to actually have a voodoo doll on my windscreen and my helmet. Well, not the blue one, but I do have the voodoo doll because I'm like put back together.
The second bike, S1000. The BMW. So how long did you have that bike for?
It would have been a year.
Okay.
And then another rider crashed into me.
Okay, so that was your second crash.
That was my second crash. Yeah.
Okay, so the first crash was already devastated. Okay.
So the S1000 crash, it happened right before Christmas.
Oh my goodness. One right before the birthday.
Right.
And there's some right before Christmas.
Yeah. So I'm a little like weird when it comes around holidays of my birthday.
I don't blame you.
So, I mean, mistakes happen.
Yes,
right?
Of course. Of course.
But the one thing that they drill into you at your MSF course is always look for that escape route.
Yes, of course. That's so funny you say that because, you know, my husband taught me how to ride. And one thing he always told me, you know, of course, whatever happens, pull in the clutch.
Yeah.
That's like my go-to. And always, always, always shoot for the gap.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did in my accident. So you mentioning that, it has a lot of, you know, relations to, we were both, you know, taught with some seasoned riders and it helps a lot. It
Oh
helps
yeah,
to drill
always.
that.
You
Yes.
always have to be scanning. You always have to, look at the tires. What are they doing? Do we have that
Yes.
connection?
Yes.
I'm going. Don't go.
Yes.
But you always have to make sure that you have an escape route, like always. And I know that it's a lot. It could be draining, but it's to protect yourself.
Yes, because you have to look out for yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't think that car is looking out for you, because most of the time they don't even see you.
Right. Right.
So
that day it was weird. It was 2 weeks before Christmas, and we had gone on a normal ride. It was a 90-degree right-hand turn. When you're going into a right-hand turn, you're going to position yourself on the left side of the lane so that you're able to execute the turn. Same thing, going into a left, you're going to position yourself on the right side of the lane so that you can execute that turn properly. But the girl who crashed into me, I don't know if she spaced out. I don't know where her mind was, but she was in the right side of the lane.
so she hit you from behind.
She hit me as I'm making the turn.
Into the turn.
Yeah.
So you're into the turn, committed. You have no place to go.
No place to go.
And she comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and before that, I put my signal, I do my sign, I look back to make sure we're all understanding that we're turning here. I don't know what happened again with her, but as soon as I was about to execute the turn, she smashed into my leg. So I had a compound fracture of my tibia and fibia. That was the worst of it.
So I seen.
Yes.
I have to say it. You had your riding boot on, and the bone literally came out
from the jean.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
yes. It was really really bad crash.
I thought a car took us all out.
Really.
Because there was 5 of us in the ride. My husband was leading, my best friend Tiffany, and then me, and then the 2 other girls. So I thought a truck literally came and wiped us all out, because I don't remember, but my other friend did say that I tucked in, so something is registering. Something is registering.
That's
I was
good.
able to tuck in.
Good.
Because I was launched off the bike. So thankfully, none of my arms were affected, because when you crash or when you fall, your first instinct is to put your hands
Of
out.
course. It's natural.
Right.
It's natural. Yes.
So you see these MotoGP guys, and you see them, tuck in, because when they're rolling, they don't need their arms going flailing, so that you can cause, it to break or whatever.
Yeah.
So I tucked in, and then I was on the floor, and she was above me going, "I'm so sorry," and I'm like just so confused as to what's going on.
The pain must have been excruciating.
I honestly didn't feel it right away.
Right there. Yeah.
I was still trying to understand adrenaline is a mother, right?
Yeah.
And I started feeling like I was going to pass out.
Of course.
So I immediately started asking somebody for a belt to,
Of course, like a tourniquet.
Right.
To cut off because the break was severe.
Oh yeah, I was bleeding.
Yeah.
I was bleeding
It was
out
open.
at the scene. Yep.
Yep.
So when the ambulance people got there, that's when I almost like, oh, okay, now it's real. And I grabbed it. I remember grabbing it here, and it was just limp.
Oh,
like my foot was just limp. And I'm like talking to my leg going, oh, okay, so here we go.
Oh my God.
They rushed me, excuse me, they had to take me via helicopter because we were out in Claremont. So the nearest trauma center was ORMC.
Yes.
So from there, I had to take the helicopter ride. My first ever helicopter ride.
Way to go in a helicopter. Don't try to do this, okay? Just to get a ride in a helicopter.
No, it's not like that. A medical helicopter is just way different. You're like this, and the top is right here, and I'm going, oh my God, this is a great time to pass out. Please pass out. But I wouldn't pass out.
Yeah.
So that was horrible, but I already knew that I was gonna get back on the bike.
You already knew.
I already
knew. And
yeah.
Even through that, like that was really, and I seen your scar too. I mean, and you still walk with a limp.
I still do, yeah.
You
and
still have.
It's a process. I'm going to start swimming at the YMCA soon, just to kind of get that little bit of resistance that you get in the water. I do my yoga, and I've come a long way because I wasn't able to do all of the positions I was doing before, which is kind of a bummer. I do miss that, and I do miss dancing.
Okay.
Just for me, not
just
put on some music. I come from a Cuban background.
Okay.
So, you know, that Latin on the weekends, put the music and the salsa and clean your house, you know? So now it's like almost 2 years since the crash. It'll be 2 years in December this year. So I'm starting to get myself back, and I love that.
Talking about resilience, I know you told me that you're so stubborn. I have to say that. I want to put stubborn and resilient at the same time. Because you got back on the bike with the boot still on,
With
right?
the medical boot, yes.
So
3 months after the accident.
So talking about, you know, the passion for riding
Yeah.
and wanting to.
Yes.
That, and we'll go back to the space in the head, what it does for you, even though you've been through these traumatic experiences with the accidents and everything, and the positiveness out of it, you still want to ride, you
Yes.
still want to be out there, you still want to be one with the machine. And it's just amazing. It's truly inspiring.
you.
It's
Thank
truly
you.
inspiring. So talk to me about the inspiration that you had for starting the Mascara Motorcycles.
So after my first accident, the one with the collarbone, I was so afraid, and I needed me back then.
Yes.
I was so desperate. I would ask anybody who rode motorcycles, even my husband, and I love you, babe, but you're not the most patient man. So for him to go to a parking lot with me, it was, you know, I didn't want him to see me either, if that makes any sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
So I kind of wanted one of my friends to just, hey, follow me to an open parking lot. Let's put some cones and let's just practice a little bit, so that I just go way back to the basics of it. Let's get me out of this mental space.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to,
Yeah.
until Yomari came with the Grom and the 50 and the, you know, and the,
Yeah.
so I needed me back then. And once I started, I gained that confidence back.
Yeah.
I think maybe 2 weeks after that I was able to drag my knee around the cone. I said, if I'm feeling this way,
Yes.
I know that other females are feeling this way
Yes.
too.